Did you hear the latest drama brewing between Brie Larson and Ryan Reynolds? After the revelation of deleted scenes from Deadpool, Larson's comments are shaking things up. Well, what exactly did she say that has fans divided? Before we get started, if you're new to the channel and enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. From shocking alternate endings featuring iconic characters to hilarious behind-the-scenes antics, these cuts reveal some jaw-dropping twists. Stay tuned as we dive deep into what these scenes mean for the Deadpool universe and why Larson's reaction is more than just an offhand remark. Don't miss out on these insane revelations and their implications for future films.
That's Deadpool. That's Wolverine.
You're damn straight it is. Fox killed him. Disney brought him back. They're gonna make him do this till he's 90. This is my friend Peter. Show him, Sugar Bear.
Oh, you like that?
It's nice, right?
We doing this?
In a recent update, Ryan Reynolds has shared insights into some intriguing deleted scenes and alternate endings for Deadpool and Deadpool 3. These revelations not only confirm several fan theories, but also showcase some surprising and entertaining moments that, for various reasons, didn't make it into the final cut of the film. One of the most noteworthy deleted scenes occurs after Deadpool and Wolverine are transported back to the main X-Men universe, which is humorously dubbed the 1005 universe by fans. This happens thanks to Cassandra Nova, just before they face off against a formidable entity. Upon landing, the duo finds themselves on a minivan owned by a family to whom Peter sold the vehicle earlier in the movie, a sale that went awry because of Deadpool's relentless swearing. The scene includes a meta joke about Hugh Jackman reprising his role as Wolverine into his 90s, which, given the film's success outpacing even Captain America Civil War at the box office, seems increasingly plausible. After this comedic crash landing, Deadpool tells Peter that he's clocking out of the car dealership for good, marking his return to superhero duties, a narrative arc that Peter had been encouraging since the beginning of the film. The humor continues with Deadpool's trademark quips as he interacts with the family, who are oblivious to the chaos surrounding them. This extended scene reflects the film's playful tone, featuring callbacks to earlier jokes about Peter's piercings. During a birthday party, Peter is seen in the background, humorously connecting the dots between past jokes and the ongoing shenanigans, all while highlighting the absurdity that fans have come to love. Overall, these deleted scenes offer a glimpse into the creative process behind Deadpool, revealing the filmmaker's commitment to humor and character depth, even if some moments ultimately had to be cut for time. The next significant deleted scene serves as one of the alternate endings that were initially planned for the film. Since its release, we've learned about a variety of alternate endings, and it's clear that these new scenes and deleted moments are intricately linked to one another. A key highlight of this scene is a nostalgic nod to the Deadpool Corps and Peter Pool, where we find ourselves inside the Time Variance Authority TVA. This particular segment kicks off with what might be the most hilarious joke of all. Picture this: Headpool and Kidpool are lounging on Peter's couch, enjoying a movie in the main X-Men universe. In a whimsical touch, Peter is feeding popcorn to Headpool, who amusingly lacks hands. For those who missed it, Headpool was voiced by Nathan Fillion, a delightful surprise revealed during the climactic battle scene. This moment suggests that at least part of the Deadpool Corps returned to the main X-Men universe, referred to as the 1005 universe, alongside Peter, Deadpool, Wolverine, and X-23 after they triumphed over Cassandra Nova and the Time Ripper, restoring order to their chaotic existence. Now, with the Deadpool Corps comfortably settled in the main X-Men universe, it's easy to speculate they might make an appearance in the upcoming Secret Wars. The presence of Kidpool is particularly sweet, as she is voiced by Ryan Reynolds' real-life daughter, Inez Reynolds. This likely explains her inclusion in the scene, reflecting a charming family moment. "Hey honey, one honey's staying out for a bit. We'll feature you in one of the post-credit scenes." In another deleted scene, we see Peter Pool again inside the TVA, dressed in Deadpool's old suit, a remnant from the first two films that he kept tucked away in his locker. It's clear the suit doesn't quite fit him anymore, which adds a layer of humor to the situation. He's standing in Paradox's main workroom, a location we recognize from earlier in the movie. Wolverine is also present in this scene, notably sporting the TVA jacket we glimpsed in the theatrical release. This confrontation between the characters indicates that there are still unresolved matters to address, and it hints at further adventures awaiting them. This scene is likely intended to take place right after the intense moment when the team successfully obliterates the Time Ripper in the subway. Following this, they confront Paradox with Hunter B-15. The extended dialogue in this scene might have been cut down because it started to feel a bit excessive, dragging on longer than necessary. Instead, the filmmakers opted to condense the resolution of their conversation into the underground subway terminal, streamlining the narrative flow. Additionally, there's an intriguing deleted scene featuring Chris Evans that unfolds towards the movie's conclusion, taking place on a street. As the action climaxes, this moment seems to be set around the same time frame as the anticipated battle involving the Deadpool Corps. In a previous video, I discussed another deleted scene where Evans' character actually returns to engage in this final confrontation alongside the Resistance group. The initial concept likely included Chris Evans' character surviving Cassandra Nova's earlier attack, allowing him to join the Resistance team and collaborate with them in their battle against the Deadpool Corps. This suggests that Evans was always envisioned as a significant presence in the film. His involvement reportedly hinged on one major condition. He insisted that if he reprised his role as Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four films, the post-credit scene featuring him had to remain intact and unapologetically unfiltered. This meant he could embrace the more risk foul-mouthed humor that he never got to exhibit as Captain America. It seems there was a time when multiple post-credit scenes were in play, reflecting the film's evolving storyline. Personally, I'm quite fine with the decision to eliminate his character earlier in the movie, especially given the comedic commentary surrounding Chris Evans and the budget. The meta joke about him killing the film's budget while breaking the fourth wall is a clever nod to his celebrity status and the expectations that come with it. One of the wildest aspects of this other deleted scene is the revelation that Ben Affleck's version of Daredevil was originally intended to be part of the Resistance team during the climactic battle. His character was previously referenced in the film, specifically tied to a lighthearted jab at Elektra, which humorously connected to the real-life relationship between Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Garner seemed completely at ease with the decision to have her on-screen partner meet an untimely end at the hands of Cassandra Nova, humorously dubbed Rip to the other really good lawyer, highlighting the film's self-aware humor. Additionally, there exists a more extensive deleted scene showcasing Deadpool's escapade into an animated comic book universe, an homage reminiscent of Doctor Strange's venture into the animated realm during Multiverse of Madness. This animated universe was reportedly designed as a blend of various comic book eras, showcasing a vibrant mix of styles. One notable tribute within this scene is a playful nod to the iconic pose from the original Avengers movie, featuring characters that closely resemble their MCU counterparts. Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, and Hawkeye are all depicted in their original comic book costumes from their debuts, showcasing the evolution of these characters over time. However, a key standout is Iron Man's suit, which mirrors the Mark VIII armor known as the Silver Centurion, famously worn during the 1980s. Moreover, Black Widow's design draws inspiration from her short-haired version that graced the pages of 1990s comic books, particularly during the Daredevil arcs. Amid this colorful tableau, Deadpool can be seen in the background hilariously dropping an F-bomb, censored, of course, by the Comics Code Authority. His design pays homage to the character's original look from the 1990s as envisioned by Rob Liefeld, ensuring that fans of the classic iteration of Deadpool would appreciate this nostalgic callback. The creators shared that this animated universe was intended to pay homage to Rob Liefeld's Deadpool comics from the 1990s, highlighting the character's roots in that era. The decision to cut this scene likely stemmed from its placement within the film. It was originally slated to appear at the beginning during a montage of Deadpool jumping through various universes in search of the ideal version of Wolverine. Many fans speculated about the potential of having Deadpool visit the beloved X-Men 97 animated universe, which features those iconic characters from the 1990s. Such a cameo, especially from that version of Wolverine, would have been a fantastic addition. However, my assumption is that the filmmakers deemed it too excessive, particularly since they had already incorporated numerous live-action variants of Wolverine based on classic comic book moments. During the production of X-Men 97, there were discussions about Deadpool being off limits for this animated adaptation. Despite his brief appearance in the original X-Men animated series, the filmmakers of X-Men 97 indicated that they couldn't use the character due to the concurrent Deadpool movie. This limitation raises hopes that perhaps in a future season of X-Men 97, we might finally see a Deadpool cameo, ideally voiced by Ryan Reynolds himself. The idea of Deadpool popping up unexpectedly in an X-Men 97 episode is amusing to imagine, leading to a humorous moment where characters might exclaim, "What is he doing here?" Furthermore, Ryan Reynolds revealed that Rob McElhenney's deleted scene was just as fans had speculated. Initially teased in the first trailer, this scene was ultimately cut during the editing process. McElhenney was set to portray a TVA agent who falls victim to a Goliath, but not without a catch. The scene was described as a lengthy and drawn-out sequence featuring the character begging for his life as he was devoured. The drawn-out nature of the scene would have contributed to the comedic effect, serving as part of the overarching humor that permeates the film. Ryan Reynolds humorously addressed the cut of Rob McElhenney's scene, expressing his apologies while noting that ultimately it simply didn't work within the film's final cut. This reflects the sometimes difficult decisions filmmakers must make when piecing together a coherent narrative. Another intriguing aspect of the movie's development involved the backstory of Cassandra Nova in relation to Professor X. Originally, her character was intended to have a much deeper connection to the TVA. Instead of a special arrangement, the story posited that she grew up in the void, believing that Professor X had abandoned her there. As the narrative unfolded, Deadpool and Wolverine would eventually appear, leading to Cassandra's realization about Paradox's manipulations and her confrontation with him regarding his betrayal. However, many references to Professor X were streamlined or removed altogether, likely to simplify Cassandra's overall arc. In the final version of the movie, her deal with the TVA was depicted as a sort of free pass that allowed her to operate on the Void as long as she remained there. The catalyst for her departure from the Void and her entry into the main X-Men universe hinged on Paradox's treachery, specifically his attempt on her life. In addition to the shifts in character dynamics, a couple of alternate Deadpool variants were also left on the cutting room floor. One of these variants was called Rob Pool, a nod to Rob Liefeld's classic comic designs, notably featuring those iconic shoulder pads associated with that era. Another variant was Pump Pool, reminiscent of the Spider-Pump concept, which would have added a unique flair to the ensemble. However, perhaps the most notable omission was Wolverine Pool, a character that fans of the comics would recognize. Wolverine Pool, blending the characteristics of both Wolverine and Deadpool, would have brought an interesting twist to the mix. The decision to exclude these variants suggests that the filmmakers were aiming for a tighter narrative, focusing on the core elements of the story while still paying homage to the comic book roots that fans cherish. Wolverine Pool is exactly what you'd expect: a version of Deadpool with an adamantium skeleton like Wolverine and a mask that mirrors Wolverine's. The reason this variant was ultimately cut from the film is likely due to the big joke early on, where during the dance montage, Deadpool makes a crack using Logan's adamantium skeleton and claws. Including Wolverine Pool later on would have made that joke feel repetitive, and the filmmakers probably wanted to avoid redundancy with that character. As more and more deleted scenes continue to be released, including alternate cameos and cut characters, it seems like there's an endless supply of content. Every day we're seeing more glimpses into what could have been. If they release a few more, I'll definitely put together another video breaking down all these deleted scenes for you guys. So stay tuned for more updates.